Yo, what's up, sports bettors? We're going to be going through strategies to make money sports betting, okay? And we're going to break this down into low-risk strategies, really low risk. You want to build your bankroll with low risk, these strategies are best, right? And then we're also going to have medium and high risk strategies with more volatility, more variance. So again, in this video, we're going to be talking about low, medium, and high risk strategies to make money sports betting and grow your bankroll. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. For low risk strategies that you can use to consistently grow your bankroll, I have 3 different strategies that I'm going to explain to you. And the first one is pretty simple, right? It's take advantage of sportsbook bonuses, right? So you can see right here, Prize Picks offers a $100 deposit bonus to new users, right? So basically you sign up for Prize Picks, you put $100 in your account, they're going to match that, and there's going to be $200 in your account. So you're already going to be up $100, right? And it sounds crazy, and you may be like, this isn't really a strategy, but there's hundreds of sports books out there, and nearly all these books offer these lucrative sign-up bonuses, right? They offer these bonuses to try to get sports bettors to sign up for their platform. You know, Prize Picks is competing against FanDuel, DraftKings Caesars. All these books have sign-up bonuses and are competing to try to get new customers. So they offer these lucrative bonuses to kind of try to lure you in to get you to sign up. So I've made a video previously, you can see it right here, breaking down that if you did every sportsbook sign-up bonus just in the United States, you could go up $18,000 in profit, right? So again, this may not seem like a sports betting strategy, but I've made probably over $25,000 just doing these sign-up bonuses, taking advantage of them, because again, all these books offer free money for you to sign up for their specific platform. They're in a marketing war with each other. So don't forget to take advantage of these sportsbook bonuses. It's a really easy way to grow your bankroll with basically no risk. So the second low-risk strategy that you can use to increase your bankroll is called arbitrage betting. Arbitrage betting, right? So what arbitrage betting, and I know it sounds too good to be true, it means making risk-free money sports betting. Risk-free money due to discrepancies in sportsbook odds, right? The first thing you need to understand about sports betting is all of these books, they want to be unique, right? The odds on FanDuel are not the same as the odds on DraftKings, and they do that intentionally, right? All these sports books want to be unique. If every book had the same odds, we wouldn't need hundreds of sports books in the United States. So they all try to set their own lines, set their own odds, right? So out of the millions of odds across sports books, sometimes their models, get so out of sync with each other that you can bet an over and an under on 2 different sports books. So you're going to need at least 2 sports books, but you can bet an over and an under, equal and opposite outcomes. Or you can imagine if the Astros are playing the Yankees, right? You can bet on the Astros on one sports book, the Yankees on another sports book, and lock in a risk-free profit. And again, it's not like these arbitrage opportunities are super common, but there's millions of odds across sports books. So at any given time, there's typically a few arbitrage opportunities where sports bettors can lock in a risk-free profit. You're essentially day trading the sports books. So I'll flip over to my screen. I'll go through arbitrage betting in a bit more detail, show an example, and then we'll get into the third low-risk strategy that you can use to increase your bankroll with no risk, right? Arbitrage betting is risk-free money, and the next one's a really easy strategy as well. So there's 2 main reasons why arbitrage betting is possible, right? And the first is sportsbooks offer practically limitless markets for you to bet on. So you can look at DraftKings, they have all these alternate totals, all these player props, alternate player prop lines. So each sportsbook typically has 50,000 odds, 50,000 on their platform at any given time, right? That's a lot of surface area for the books to cover, and they can't keep everything in check, right? So because sportsbooks, point number 2, they set lines independently, sometimes you can find massive discrepancies where you can bet an over on one book and under on another sportsbook and make a risk-free profit, right? So OddsJam has a tool for arbitrage betting. And basically the way it works is you can select all the sports books you use. Maybe you only use 5 sports books, 10 sports books, but again, you're going to need at least 2 books to arbitrage bet. This requires at least 2 sports books because you're betting an over, you're betting an under on 2 different books to lock in a risk-free profit. So as an example, you can see here, Framber Valdez, over 7.5 strikeouts is plus 120 on FanDuel. That's a massive discrepancy to the market. No other book is offering this better than minus 108 odds, and FanDuel's offering this at plus 120. So OddsJam is, again, hunting through these millions of odds across sports books, updating them every second to point out these rare few arbitrage betting opportunities where you can make a risk-free profit, where sports bettors can make a risk-free profit. And then here you can see Fliff is giving you the under at -110. No other books better than -119. So what this tells you, this percentage, is that's your risk-free return. So a 2% risk-free return, 2.16%, right? Which is pretty good if you think about it, right? If you were arbitrage betting every day, let's say you arbitrage bet every single day, and you bet $1,000 total on arbitrage plays. And let's say they're all 2%, right? So if you bet $1,000 worth of arbs every day, 2% profit margin, you're making 2% times 1,000, $20 risk-free every single day. But that's every single day, right? This is what's crazy about sports betting is these returns are daily. All of these games, all of these arbitrage bets, we're earning that return in just a day, right? So if you were to arbitrage bet, let's say every single day of the month for $1,000, you're getting 2% a day. Let's say there's 30 days in a month, 2% a day, 30 days in a month. You're getting a 60% risk-free return in a month. On a $1,000 bet, that's $600 of a risk-free profit. And here you can see a perfect example of an arbitrage opportunity, right? So all you have to do is pull up this little arbitrage calculator, and let's say you have $500 on FanDuel, 576 on Fliff, right? It's going to tell you, hey, bet, the over for whatever you have on FanDuel, so we can put in $500. It's going to tell you how much to put on the under on Fliff, and then you're going to make a risk-free profit of 2.16%, which is $23.81. Right, $23.81. So this is a sports betting calculator called an arbitrage calculator that tells you how much to bet on each side of the arbitrage bet to make a risk-free profit. So the third easy way, extremely low-risk way to grow your bankroll is by taking advantage of reward points. Right, so you can imagine if you're arbitrage betting, you're betting a lot of money on these sports books, or you're betting at least some amount of money on these sports books every day. Well, nearly all these sports books have loyalty programs, right? So on DraftKings, it's called Crowns, right? And then on Caesars, it's called something different. But I'll just show you both accounts very quickly and how much money you can really make from these reward points, because it's pretty crazy. So I'll keep this brief, but let's go through a few sports books and their reward programs, right? So you can see Caesars right here. It says I have, 44.69 reward credits just from placing bets on Caesars. They give me all these reward points, and it tells me right here, hey, you can redeem this for $44 in bonus cash, right? So this is basically just $44 in cash back. So I'm going to go ahead, right, and you can just redeem it. So as you can see, now I'm going to be $44 richer. It's going to add $44 to my bonus. Now I'm $44 richer just from placing bets on Caesars. DraftKings has a similar thing right here. It's called Crowns. You just click on this button and you can redeem Crowns, DraftKings loyalty points for money. WynnBET has the same thing. Not only do you get free credit on the website, so you can see I currently have $7.89 in free credit, so I'll redeem it for $5, which you can see I did right there, but you also get comp dollars. Right? So you also get comp dollars. So if you're at a Wynn hotel or whatever, you can get free drinks, free dinners, whatever, stuff like that. You get the point. But long story short, really easy, overlooked way to make money sports betting. And definitely something, if you've used Caesars, if you've used DraftKings, haven't looked into the rewards or any other sports book, I'm just focusing on 3 of the main ones. They have great loyalty programs, easy money, take advantage of it. So in terms of low risk strategies, there are really 3. Right? There's the easy money sign-up bonuses. There's 2 arbitrage betting, making risk-free money due to big discrepancies in sportsbook odds. That's how I made my first $40,000 sports betting. And then number 3, there's taking advantage of reward points, right? The more you bet on Caesars, the more reward points you get, the more cash in your pocket. So those are really the 3 easy low-risk strategies that you can use to build your bankroll. So now let's get into medium-risk strategies. And for medium-risk strategies, you have middle betting. Right? This is not super high risk. It's riskier than arbitrage, but it's kind of a medium risk strategy for growing your bankroll. And it also relies on taking advantage of discrepancies between sportsbook odds. So you're going to need at least 2 accounts to middle bet. So I'll flip over to my screen. I'll show you a quick example, and then we'll get on to the high risk strategies for making money gambling. So let's talk about middle betting, okay? Middle betting, OddsJam has a tool for it. Again, OddsJam is updating millions of odds every second to show you these arbitrage plays, these middle bets. And there's a section for pre-match betting. There's a section for live in-play wagering. But long story short, middle betting, medium risk strategy, higher risk than arbitrage, but still a great way to build your bankroll. So the way it works is you're going to need 2 sports books, and basically you're taking advantages of differences where sportsbooks are setting the lines at different levels. Right? So when we talked about arbitrage betting, it's making a risk-free profit by betting on equal and opposite outcomes. You can see with middle bets, these aren't equal and opposite outcomes, right? OddsJam is telling us, hey, bet the over 212.5 points on Caesars at minus 1404 odds, bet the under 213.5 points at FanDuel at plus 1100. So these aren't equal and opposite outcomes. Right? There's a chance that this game has exactly 213 points. And if there's exactly 213 points in this game, so you can imagine if this game lands on exactly 213 points, you're going to win your over on Caesars, and you're also going to win your under on FanDuel. You have over 212.5. So if there's exactly 213 points in the game, you win your over. You're also going to win your under 213.5. So really, with middle betting, you're rooting for a very rare outcome. You're rooting for this game to have exactly 213 points. And if it lands on exactly 213, you're going to make, pretty good money. You're going to win both bets. You're going to win your over and you're going to win your under. So again, this is only possible because books set lines independently and can have really big differences in the odds between one another. So here you can see FanDuel has the over 212.5 at minus 4,000. Caesars is at minus 1404, big difference. Whereas FanDuel has the under 213.5 at plus 1100 when Caesars is only plus 548. So the way middle betting works, right, is you pull up this calculator, and here's essentially how it works. Let's say our bankroll on Caesars is $750. So what it's going to tell us is bet $750 on Caesars on the over 212.5 at minus 1404 odds, and bet $66.95 on FanDuel on the under, right? So you're placing, similar to arbitrage betting, a proportional amount of money based on the odds. So basically what this calculator will tell you is every time you place this middle bet, or for the amount of money you bet, you're going to lose $13.53. So you're going to lose money if you place this middle unless the game has exactly 213 points. If this game lands on exactly 213 points, you win your over, you win your under. But in all other cases, right, if there's 212, 211, 210, then you're going to win one bet, you're going to lose one bet, and you're going to lose $13.53 on your total stake. So you're going to be down money, $13.53, unless this game ends on exactly 213 points. So that's kind of why I say middle betting is medium risk, right? You have the possibility of winning your over and your under and making a huge profit, right? If we hit our over and we hit our under, so if we hit exactly 213 points, we win this over, we win this under, we're going to have a massive payout. But if there's 212 or less, or 214 or more points, then we're going to win one bet, lose one bet, and be down $13.53, right? So middle betting, you can still lose money. That's why I kind of consider it maybe a medium risk strategy. It's not risk-free profits like arbitrage betting, but essentially you're saying, hey, I'm willing to lose $13.53, right? I'm willing to give up $13.53 for the possibility that this game lands on exactly 213 points and I win my over and my under. So that's called middle betting. And again, it's possible because books set lines differently than one another. It's the whole reason that it's so easy to make money sports betting is all these books set lines independently. So as a savvy, sports bettor, as a sharp bettor, a profitable bettor, you're hunting through the market looking for discrepancies like this middle bet. So we did the kind of boring part, the low risk, the medium risk strategies. Now let's get into the high risk, high reward strategies that you can use to make money sports betting. Now, one thing I want to make clear is when I say risk, I mean generally risk in a given day, right? If your plays are profitable and you place thousands of bets this year, you're going to make money, right? It's just statistics. If you have a coin that's 53% to land on heads, sure, if you flip it once, it's going to show up on tails. It can still show up on tails. It's going to happen 47% of the time. If you have a coin weighted 53% to show up on heads, it's still going to show up on tails 47% of the time, right? But over the course of a lot of flips, thousands, tens of thousands of flips, it's basically statistically guaranteed to land on heads more than tails, right? That's called the law of large numbers, which you may remember from like high school math. But long story short, The first strategy we're going to be discussing is called positive EV betting. This is how I make nearly all of my profit sports betting. So let's flip over to my screen and I'll show you an example of a positive EV bet and how to implement this strategy. So positive EV betting, it may sound like a big word, oh, positive EV, but all positive EV means is a profitable bet. Long term, you will make money. You're guaranteed to by the law of large numbers. You're guaranteed to make money sports betting. So the way the EV tool works, right? Just like the arbitrage and middle tool, there's no BS. It's all based in data, and it's all possible because sportsbooks set lines, they set odds independently. So all this tool does is it scans the entire market, whatever sportsbooks you use, which you can select here. So let's say you use Caesars as well. We can add that in, or BetMGM, whatever. You can add in any sportsbooks you want, and it will show you the highest profit margin plays. So currently, the highest profit margin play is under 7 runs in Orioles Rangers at plus 200 odds on Fliff, right? So this sportsbook is an 18 plus platform. So it's actually available almost everywhere in the US. It's called Fliff, right? It's a great sportsbook to add to your arsenal. And what you're going to notice here is all of the sportsbooks are, pricing this line around plus 170. We're getting plus 200 on Fliff. So that's a lot of value. Right? This is a profitable bet to go with. Given the odds on other books, Fliff is way off from the market. They're screwing up big time, and we want to hit this plus 200. They're giving way too much value. So even though you don't need multiple sportsbooks, you can see a lot of value on Fliff right now. Even though you don't need multiple sportsbooks to arbitrage bet, it's recommended, to positive EV bet, it's recommended to have more sportsbooks, right? Sometimes there's more value on Fliff, right? So you can see right now there's a lot of value on Fliff, but hey, you can see there's also a really profitable play on FanDuel. Suggs over 9.5 points at plus 110. No other sportsbook is giving you better than minus 108. No other book's giving you better than minus 108 odds, and you're getting plus 110 plus money on FanDuel. That's a lot of value. That's a play we want to take advantage of. And again, a 2.3% return, it may seem low, a 2.3% edge ROI. So this percent column just tells you your profit margin, right? So this bet has a profit margin of 5.51%. So in other words, over the course of the long run, if all your bets have a 5.51% edge or percent, right, you're going to earn a 5.51% ROI. So you can see here, this play on FanDuel, 2.3%. It's not as good as that top play on Fliff, but still a lot of value at plus 110. And again, earning 2.3% a day over the course of 30 days, that's a return of like over 70%. Over the course of a month, you'll be able to increase your bankroll. If you're betting $1,000 a day, you're earning 70%, positive EV betting, 2.3% a day, roughly 70% in a month. You're expecting 1,000 times 70%, roughly $700 in profit from positive EV betting over the course of the month. But again, there's just more variance, more ups and downs with EV betting compared to arbitrage betting, right? Arbitrage betting is just risk-free money. Every day you're going to make money, but the profit margins are lower, right? Arbitrage betting is less profitable in terms of the ROI, right? Like you can see the top play was on Fliff, and this is just for the sportsbooks, 10 sportsbooks I have selected, and you can get a 5.51% profit margin. You're almost never going to see arbitrage plays this big where you can make a risk-free 5.51%. So long story short, EV betting is more profitable, but you take more risk, you're going to have more ups and downs. So that's kind of, the first high-risk strategy that I'll discuss. So the two highest risk strategies are round robins, which are a series of parlays, and then also parlay bets, right? So you can make good profits parlay betting. You can actually see right here my parlay betting profit this year as well as last year. So you can absolutely make money betting on parlays, but there's going to be big swings. This is the highest risk, most volatile, highest risk, highest reward strategy. And what a parlay is of course, it's just a series of bets, right? So if you have a 3-leg parlay, it's like having 3 positive EV bets, but you need each play to win your parlay. So you have to go 3 for 3. So the odds are a lot better, right? The payouts are a lot higher compared to a straight bet. So I'll flip over to my screen. I'll show you how I bet on parlays as well as round robins. Round robins are just kind of a less risky version of parlays, but we'll go through parlay betting, round robin betting, and then, we'll be done with this video, and you can ask me any questions. I'll leave my email in the description. Whether you're betting on parlays or round robins, I still use the positive EV tool, right? So this is where I'm finding all of my plays, every single one that I include in a round robin or a parlay, right? And long story short, if a bet is profitable as a straight bet, so going back to this play on Suggs, amazing value on FanDuel at plus 110, really high profit margin, right? So you can either play this as a straight bet or you can include it in a parlay, right? Because if all of the plays in your parlay are profitable, just like this play on Suggs over 9.5 points, then your parlay is going to be profitable. So you can see right here, this play on Suggs, we could pair it with over 10.5 runs in the Pirates-Red Sox game, which is also a profitable bet. So basically, or you could keep going and you could go with, Jaden Ivey under 5.5 assists, where you're getting a lot of value. We're getting plus 146 on FanDuel. No other book is offering better than plus 125. So you could include these two plays in a parlay. Suggs over 9.5 points, Jaden Ivey under 5.5 assists, if you want, a profitable parlay. You could also play them as straight bets. But again, straight bets are lower risk, lower reward. But if you want higher risk, higher reward, you could include these in a parlay, and your parlay will be profitable. So again, you're going to make money long term, but you're just going to have more volatility than straight betting, right? And obviously more volatility than arbitrage betting, which was making risk-free profits due to discrepancies in odds. So parlay betting can absolutely be profitable. Just make sure every play in your parlay is positive EV. If every play in your parlay is positive EV, every play in your parlay is profitable, such as IV under 5.5 assists and Suggs over 10 over 9.5 points, your parlay is going to be profitable. It's really that simple.